Hello, parents, athletes, coaches. We are back with Dr. Jason Levy, chiropractic physician for Atlantic Health, Atlantic Sports Health, and the New York Jets. And what's interesting, Dr. Levy, you've been doing this for a long time. You've been the chiropractic physician for the New York Jets for over 10 years, or close to 10 years now. And you talk about working with athletes, whether it be pro athletes, pre-game. Right? I mean,
Sure.
You're there on Sundays pre-game, you travel with the team, you do these things. Why is it so important, and what are these athletes benefiting from when they get pre-game treatment to work on myofascia? Right?
Sure. Well, I think in order to perform at your best, you want your fascia and your muscles and everything to be tuned up and feeling great and loosened up and ready to perform. I find that, the busiest time with working with any of these teams that I work with is before the games. And, guys, by working with someone's fascia and the muscles, it helps to increase range of motion of whatever area we're working on. It helps to improve blood flow to the area. It helps to loosen up the tissues to help improve balance from right to left or from front to back. And this way they can perform at their best.
Yeah. I mean, so well said. I mean, we talked about on the last segment fascias, the connective tissue, it's cellophane wrapping that, engulfs the entire body, organs, muscle groups, and gives us our structural integrity. And again, I talked about last time, if you cut a grapefruit in half and squeeze out all the juice, you would be left with the webbing, and that's what your fascia is in the human body. So that is so important to be addressed pre-game, pre-workout, and that's where this whole phenomenon of foam rolling came about.
Sure.
And now there's all different types of foam rolling techniques that is really a must for athletes to do before your workouts, before games. And like you said, that's the busiest time to prevent injury. This is probably one of the more important things to be doing to help really prevent injury and optimize performance.
Yeah, and that's, before I was involved with any of these teams, I didn't realize what went on behind the scenes, and if someone's watching a football game on Sunday, they don't realize what these athletes are doing inside the locker room before they even get out to their stretching sessions and their pregame warm-ups. They're foam rolling, and they're having, people like myself perform soft tissue work on them. They're having, their different stretching, and, in order to get themselves ready to then go out to warm up to then perform.
Yeah. I mean, you said again on the last segment, worth saying again, just to kind of close out this segment, feeling around for that tender piece of steak, that medium rare piece, not well done. If you find that muscle tissue that's well done, well, there's an issue going on there.
No
It
question.
needs some manipulation. It needs to be released. There's a trigger point. There's a tightness. And that's really the fascia, because the muscle itself doesn't really get tight. It's the fascia, the connective tissue, the binding, the nervous system, releasing those spindles. Something's going on which has to be addressed through some type of pressure.
Yeah.
And not just flexibility. Flexibility aids when we stretch, but
Right.
it's really the manual pressure that's applied. So the input is important, and that's not necessarily stretching.
Correct.
It's the manual manipulation, whether it be self-manual through foam rolling or some type of sitting on a lacrosse ball or finding that point to really release.
Sure.
So guys, if you take advantage of this information, definitely find those hot spots on your body, get that lacrosse ball, get that foam roll, get it out before your practice, before your game. You're going to have a less chance of getting injured, and you're going to perform at a higher level.